We're here for Hank. Hank the Gun. A kitchen cart sculpture block. From where? Well, I guess from me, Nikki, Lucas, Misha, Mara, everybody. I had ideas along the way and things to think about, perspectives. Hank the Gun is ash from Wood from the Hood. And black walnut, reclaimed black walnut flooring from the Better Futures MN store in South Minneapolis. Magnetic inlays. Again, walnut. Nick mostly carved this side of Hank. Nick carved the handle. I mostly carved this back and these points. And I carved this side. This slot here, right here, I carved that to meet the dimensions of your average dinner plate or like a frying pan. Bring your plate up right up into here for scooping things in. Fits real nice. The rebar is found rebar that Nick carried out one day from a dog walk, thinking we'll use it for something. It sat in the backyard, I don't know, year and a half or so. And then we were trying to figure out how to attach Hank to some sort of leg system. We thought, let's try that rebar. What we did was I installed that reclaimed tubular steel in the belly and the underside. I attached those first, which were an enormous project in themselves. Then we suspended Hank off of a table, held up on the nose and the tail. Got it level exactly where we wanted it, got it exactly at the height we wanted it to sit once we were all said and done. And then we started chopping up this rebar one day and tapping it into place. And then, yeah, that was all about hanging down, here-ish, all kind of in the same line. And then our idea was to build a form around the ends of that rebar that we could pour into. And that's a whole, that form was crazy in a few days of effort. Well, we ended up getting it. 3 circles in there. Nikki carved these circles into the base. And as we are installing casters on this, we drilled too close to the edge here. I did actually, and I blew this concrete out here. There's a big hole there. And we thought we were going to have to refinish the whole bottom. But then Nikki had this brilliant idea of just adding a piece of polished steel, reclaimed and then polished steel, to actually just accentuate our mistake. Celebrate it. Let it be part of the new design, and I think it's very cool. It's just such a lovely last second touch. Anyway, do you get any moon vibes here? Anyone? 2 different colors of concrete. Why? Because we didn't have enough white. So we just went with the bottom layer of gray, thinking, who knows, maybe it'll be cool. And yeah, as Nikki was carving down through this dish, this circle, this crater, he struck gray. And it just made it look that much more like potted, cratered surface of the moon. Again, the things that happen when you just kind of roll with quote-unquote mistakes or shortages, or you don't have the right material that you've just decided it has to be that. Instead, what do you have around the shop? What can you get it done with? And then how do you just make sure that at the end, that decision ends up being the beautiful one? Whatever is made, you find a way to make it as beautiful as you possibly can. So I would say at least that we tried. And we birthed Hank the gun into the world, and I love him. Wish I had $16,750. I'd buy him. Someday, Hank. Someday I'll have a house big enough. I just wish I had room in my kitchen, babe. Hank the gun.